but I feel that, well, there's the Naga's already been banned out, so I don't know if they go the illusion route here. I don't know if they could get away with like a Drow or something here as last pick to deal with this Morphling. What do you guys think about this last phase here for both teams?
I don't mind the draw, honestly, against this Morphling. I feel like this hero is kind of underrated in this patch when especially you need a lot of answers for Morphling. But I would think she kind of don't do well against heroes that can get vision in the jungle especially. So Enchantress and Beastmaster, they have the units, they have the Hawk. It's actually really, really easy to spot where the draw is gonna head towards. And Beastcoast lineup isn't like exactly that good for a draw to appear because like Winter and I think Silencer is a hero that you need to secure your lanes and then, you know, basically later you can, you know, be of use using your global. But Drow is already a hero that needs you to be helping her secure the lane.
I want the Shadow Fiend for Gym Park, please, and thank you. Continue the conversation. That's all I wanted to say.
Oh yeah, honestly, I don't think it's a bad pick here because SF is quite good against Morphling in terms of tempo, and like your spells are really, really useful against him. Like you will force him to buy BKB too early, and as a Morphling, you kind of don't really want to buy BKB that early because you want to scale, right? And SF is also really good against Beastmaster, Enchantress, and Ember. It's just a really, really good hero. Like the way you kill people, you use your race in the early. So these heroes are actually very, very vulnerable to him. But the thing is, what I don't like about SF against Beastmaster is you always have the raw. So even if you have BKB, he can stop you from hitting people, and you kind of need your team to.
Ooh, so we got something else entirely. The Alchemist coming out. We also have the Skywrath for crit. Winter, do you like that one? It's a lot of pick-off potential and a lot of damage coming from 4.
I like the Skywrath for 2 reasons. The pick-off potential, like you mentioned, to follow up with either the Searing Chains or the Raw, and the Silence against the Storm, which would force the Storm to get an early BKB to deal with you. And the last pick, Alchemist, I think this is a hero that you kind of want to go to when you have a position 5 Silencer. You want a hero that can go in, you know, have a stun, help you secure the lane. You don't want to be babysitting like some Terrorblade, for example, you know, where you feel like really useless on the Silencer. And I feel like the Alchemist can kind of also deal with the push from the Beastmaster with the acid spray. So this might actually make the Beastmaster think maybe I should actually go for a Vanguard and scale with Academics instead of going all in the auras to play for the early game.
What are we thinking, Jack? Is this going to be a 2-0?
No, I don't think so. I think this is like kind of like a textbook Shopify got what they wanted sort of draft. I like this last pick, Skywrath. I think Abed is going to have a really good game this time in contrast with the other one, and I like Shopify in this game.
I mean, I think the Hawk is just massive here because I don't think they have any answers for that. And sure, you have Clockwork, but still, Hawk is way easier to execute with the lineup. And I think with the Hawk, Morphling is just going to free farm.
The vision.
Yes.
The vision. It's always about the vision. We're going to find out, though. More Dota is what we like to hear and to see, of course. But we'll have to see what's happening. Beastcoast, will they get the 2-0 and secure their TI invite, or will Shopify Rebellion force out that third game of the series? We're heading over to Cap and SVG to find out.
Great question, Cheever. Well, I'm fortunately here with the man who has all of the answers. So, Avery, answer Cheever's questions.
Me?
Yes.
Yes.
You didn't listen to her, did you?
I was singing a song. I got caught up.
Oh.
I was talking to production. You can't blame me for that.
I wasn't talking to production.
I was.
One-sided.
I was.
Station.
I needed help.
They probably muted him.
That's not that.
He spends the entire draft just clogging up the comms and production. I have no doubt.
That's not true. Unconfirmed. Unconfirmed rumors.
Unconfirmed.
I mean, not the whole draft. Only like the second half. That's how I get my energy up.
Yeah? You feeling energetic? You feeling ready to go for this game?
So energetic.
Versus
you know why?
Shopify?
You know why, Cam?
Why?
Because I heckin' love. He's in a heckin' hell of a Morphling. I expect great things.
You like watching Shopify lose?
I said I like watching him play Dota.
Well, I mean, they're doing a lot of losing lately, so I feel like 1 + 1 = 2.
One day, Arthur will bring that Aegis home.
Well, it's not going to be today because this is not TI.
All right, real question.
Yeah.
If Shopify lose, how does that affect Zhao 8's legacy?
That is a great question. I
That's
don't think
the
it
real question
influences
here, I
it
think.
at all.
What happens to Zhao 8's legacy if Shopify loses? That's what we're here to figure out. We'll see if they can pull it back game 2. And it's going to be against a Parker Alchemist. Very interesting, unique pick. I did not see this one coming out because traditionally this hero is terrible versus Morphling. I mean, you can out-tempo him, you can outpace him, but theoretically out can do that versus anybody. This Morphling? This Morphling?
What is this Morphling? Is that
Number 1.
special?
And it's a Prime Morphling patch number 2.
That part is definitely true. Is RTZ Morphling? I feel like RTZ Morphling is not the best morph in the world. We wouldn't list him in my top 3. Am I wrong in that?
Well, who's your top 3 Morphling players? Well, now he's faltering.
Yatoro?
Yeah, Yatoro's pretty good.
23 Savage?
Okay, I'll give that one to you.
I almost threw out a meme answer that would have been kind of mean.
Okay,
I won't say that one.
Oh, I know who you were going to say. Yeah, that would have been over the line. Let's stop this segment as I figured out who number 3 was, and I'm sure chat has figured it out too. Nice list, Cap. You really did him a good one there.
Listen, that player's doing really well.
He is one of the
Maybe
best
just
in the
not a
world.
Morphling.
Absolutely one of the best in the world. And Shopify looked to win lanes again, though. This one's going to be a bit harder, I think. However, Abed is back on a Spirit Hero. And that is, I think, a way more comfortable position for him and Shopify over that Snapfire, which has not worked out for them. At least in this tournament, right? I think they're kind of done trying that experiment. It did not work out. I don't think Abed looked top tier on it either. Something about that hero has just not worked for them. So he's back on the Ember. Prime Abed territory. They get Saberlight, a Beastmaster, his level 30 Grandmaster, super mega tier hero. An Enchantress for Fly. Sky. I mean, these are all like signature heroes.
They are. It is a bunch of Siggies all around.
The lowest level is Platinum for crit on Sky, and he's a Skyrath spammer.
I mean, if you're going to go out of a tournament, might as well do it in comfort, right?
It almost feels like they just pick the comfort, yeah. I go back. This is just, hey, what does everybody want to play? They're all really good heroes.
Schofield is dead.
Is he, though?
Cogs, pushback? Okay. No, that's not fair. You're like a second ahead of me.
That's not true. I just know Schofield never dies. He's an ultimate baiter.
And he is
Yeah, look, now you have no man on
baiter.
crit. See, I told you, the biggest mistake you can do is try and kill Schofield.
that is the number 1 rule. Don't try and kill Schofield.
just
It's
don't.
always a bait.
You know how you win the lane for Schofield? You ignore him. You literally ignore him. You pretend he's not there, and you just go on Sacred over and over. And Schofield sits there and stares at you, and he doesn't know what to do, because he's like, no, go on me.
He gives you the
Go on
puppy
me.
eyes. Like,
Yeah.
why not?
I've laned versus Sky probably more than any other 4 in the world, and I perfected it over time. Shopify, they fall for the Schofield bait. Cost Fritz some mana. They're farming okay down here.
Why did they put the matchups of the way they put them? Why not put the Skyrath Mage into the Alchemist lane and try and harass him out?
They are dodging the Skyrath Silencer matchup.
Oh, okay. Well, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Oh! What? How did that spear not land?
Fine intervention.
Oh.
Good to have on your side. I also think Shopify
Places.
Okay, Shopify 100 bazillion% view Enchantress as one of the best lane counters to Silencer.
Okay.
Which is kind of true. The Silencer is pretty damn miserable.
Yeah.
And so they wanted to force that matchup. Which is understandable. It's an absolutely free matchup for Enchantress. Pretty much a guaranteed lane win for Saberlight up here, which is pretty much how it's panned out. Maybe also a factor that they can exert more pressure on Parker in the lane. This Alchemist and keep the lane equilibrium with extra creeps in their favor. So far, it's doing pretty decent. Abed
Pops the Fairy Fire, gets low. He does. Oh, wow. That was enough damage.
Oh, Dark Mago. Teaching him how to play Storm over here. I guess you should have first based it.
No. Schofield is going to die here.
Oh, no.
This
I
time.
couldn't resist that joke.
Somebody's very mad at you somewhere.
I mean, I understand why, but I keep telling you can't put me on these Shopify games. I know why they keep doing it, but it's brutal. Parker,
Park. He's
throw a
taking a
ton.
lot of damage. This pressure from the Enchantress is mounting up.
I don't know if he wanted a bow.
Too, but you don't actually want
Yeah.
all those heroes with you.
This is the level 3 Enchantress timing. You have a really strong keep.
Man, this Hurricane is getting some serious value out of it, man. Schofield almost dies again.
Jim Park.
Jim Park. Oh no, we
Oh,
got. Okay, he got
was
off the
close.
unstable concoction. It's fine. It was a close call though.
Yeah, that was, he almost hit himself in confusion. Bring out the old Parker Stupid nickname.
Just to be clear, that was his actual name. For those of you guys who aren't aware of the
people
South
not
American
know that?
players. Well, we've said it once or twice,
Yeah,
but
that was his in-game name for
that
5
literally
years.
his name
Yeah,
was
I'm not
Parker
calling him stupid. That's how everybody knows him.
Yeah.
But now he's ascended.
Now he's Jim Park. It's gone professional.
Jim Park looks like a hell of a carry player in this tournament so far.
Yeah.
He has done very well for himself in his short stint. Seen a prolific farmer in Hector. Big shoes to fill.
Yeah, let's actually make that comparison. Like, how do you feel Jim Park has done in comparison to Hector, and what do you feel like he's added to Beastcoast that Hector maybe didn't? As, hold up, wait for this kill. Maybe
That's a good
kill.
timing, level 6 advantage.
Flame Guard is going to go off. That's going to block some of the magic damage. Abed with a stick charge as well. Getting back. Stinger committed underneath the tower, but he's not going to have enough damage. A slight repels him. Beastcoast won't lose anybody for that attempt, but Abed is going to be able to get back up the full.
Even if that silencer's level 3, they tried to get this level 6 Storm versus level 5 Ember. Can't blame them. That solo kill from Dark Mago set it all up.
Yeah, crit simultaneously probably rotating around the 6-minute rune. Wants to be able to
mana for the
clear
rune.
all rune. It's
He
going to
might
be
dead
top.
for it.
Yeah, they're going to go for Mago. He's going to have one last little zip. How far is that going to take him? Not far enough. Abed's going to be able to chase him down with the Remnants, and Stinger, who went for the power rune, ran into Fly with the
Very
creep out and will also die there.
Level 4 on both the Shopify supports in that 3-man mid that they love to do, and this is where the Enchantress Skyrath shine.
Yeah.
They're some of the best supports in the game at contesting these early runes and using the enemy mid with a Spirit Hero. This is classic Shopify gameplay right here, and it's going to propel them to a triple lane win, as Jim Park also went down top earlier. This Enchantress putting Fly top
As they just build a ward, they're doing a bunch of damage to the mid tower.
Yeah, this is crumbling right now for Beastcoast. They need to salvage this early game situation, or these supports are going to run over the map.
They use the glyph. The next creep wave comes in, so the Siege Wagon is going to live for a really long time here.
Schofield's fighting for a Wisdom Rune right now. That's where Fly TP'd out to. He dead for it?
Oh yeah, he's dead for it. He
Didn't
goes
even get it.
Fox. He does not manage to get the Wisdom Rune away from Saberlight, so it was very much not worth it. The mid pressure does ease up. The tower's going to stay alive. Mago goes for the kill on the crit, and he'll have it too. So a little bit of an overstep there from Shopify, getting damage to Greed.
Damage got done. Tower's really low, 120 HP, deniable. Beastcoast will definitely try and hold on to it, though. I do not think they want to deny this mid if they don't have to. Really good pressure and damage from Shopify, and of course their 2 side laners super happy with the solo XP here. Gonna try again for Abed. Let's get silence.
Remnant back to the tower. He's
Out of
knocked
Remnant.
up for a little while. Slight, not going to be able to get it off. Crit's going to try and get a return kill, but look at him. They're juggling the tower aggro. Schofield gets up to the high ground. He's good. Fly, he finds nothing but friendly corpses, and one enemy corpses makes his own. Stinger will be able to bring him down, put some damage onto the Storm Spirit on the way out.
They're gonna
Maybe
force him off the
power rune.
8-minute rune unless it spawns top, but it'll be bottom. Very good rune.
Well, with those illusions, he should be able to take that mid tower.
That's true. He has Rally going in here too. Yeah, you're gonna have to just give this up. Schofield's, he's racing to deny it.
Go, go,
Please,
go, go,
please,
go.
my damage. Not like this.
Oh, no, no, he doesn't get it. Now he's going to die for it, too.
Schofield doesn't get the Wisdom Rune, doesn't get the deny, and he's on both. A very rough early game for him. Dark Mago did get a little gold rune, and now putting the regen to use is going to find Saberlight.
Very nice. Time to shut down this Beastmaster. He's been getting way too much out of the lane. I mean, the Morphling's free farming, but Saberlight, he's probably an easier kill and getting far too much.
He already had Helmet Dominator done. He was about to push Jim Park out and take this tower. And that is the Shopify MO. Go through these tier 1s, open up the space, let the Morphling free farm, and create a situation where Beastcoast aren't close to contesting him. Dark Mago going to get another bottle refill. The benefit of Schofield dying so much in this early game. Damn, Dark Mago's having a hell of a game. He has really stepped up here in the first 5 minutes. That solo kill, 3, 1, and 2. Skirmishing, getting these Beastos support some XP. much needed experience as well.
And if like you can have a successful game on the Storm Spirit, he can be somebody to shut down Morphling, right?
Absolutely. Probably their best answer in this early mid game because he could jump him with the global on top.
Right.
And might just kill Artur full, depending on if Manta's up or not. Same with the Ember Spirit here. The fact that Dark Moggle's had as good a game as he's had, considering how many resources Shopify put into mid, is even more impressive, right? Because this was basically a tri-lane mid at a certain point. These are the games where Shopify's usually had 3 or 4K off of that advantage.
Right.
Instead, he's at the top. It's just that solo kill propelled him so fast. They were able to exert the pressure back. Put Abed in a lower position than he would have liked to have been. Minute Power Rune will finally get one. Will Dark Mago get it? He is unlucky again.
Man, that is really adding up.
Damn. Man has no RNG. It's a good one for Abed. Haste instantly prompts the smoke here. They are looking for the Alchemist.
They're going without level 6 on the Skywrath Mage, which is going to be a really powerful combination, right? Slight Chains into Mystic Flare. It's a really nice way to get a kill with very little commitment. So if they get a kill off this smoke, that'll propel Crit to level 6 and generally just feel fantastic. But
Parker's out of there.
Jim Park is out of there indeed. It's too bad for Shopify because that was 10 seconds left on the Chemical Rage cooldown. Beastcoast, you're going to be very happy with a little bit extra space. A bunch of heroes from Shopify are going to show top.
Do have a hold up on the side, so they actually are ahead in support experience. And they traded tier 1s with the Mars. Surprising tower trade, actually, that Shopify gave this up. I think Morph could have sat down there. I guess maybe you're afraid of the global coming out. You know, like a spear with a storm jump, that is pretty spooky for him to just sit in front of the tower. Still, East Coast finding trades, and of course they have Alchemist, so if you're trading, you're pulling ahead.
Abs up crit. Great kill to get. Silence is going to last a while, but he's got the hook shot back up now. They're trying to body block him, but he does manage to get it. A little bit of AoE stun is good enough. Schofield will be traded out, but still. Again, I feel like Skywrath Mage, that fast level 6 is so important.
It's eluding him. It is really eluding crit here in the season. 0-3, and Schofield, he found earn charges off that too.
Oh, nice.
So that's pretty nice for him. And it's space for the Alk, who is pushing towards a decently timed Radiance here, considering his lane was pretty rough. They put the Ench up there. Oh, that's a
Whoa, how did that one happen?
little roar into Centaur Stomp. Caught just snoozing.
Saberlight coming up big with that one. Knocks the Storm Spirit down the network chart and takes his spot.
Now Artur getting active.
Trying to land the spear. Makes it a couple times there. Sees an opportunity. Does manage to nail it.
Did he get silenced?
Yeah, he's silenced up, so this is going to be a little rough. The Rita goes out, spear, but he's already morphed into strength. So Global's going to be used to cover both Stinger and Sacred, help them get out. Storm Spirit's coming in. Mago's going to try for something, but who does he want out of this one? Why it's not the easiest kill, but probably easier than the rest.
He'll
get that.
Found him.
Yeah, they do manage to get him with the hook shot. Follow it up. The silence, though, is going to be able to stop the Mars from following it up too much.
He's getting down.
Arteezy, he's running around the golems, hoping to tank up the battery assault. Waveforms over to the side. Schofield can't get the kill by himself. Mago, half of his mana ready to go. Not going to chase after the Morphling. Goes for the faster kill and Crit, who's giving up his life to try and kill Stinger. Silence goes out. Mago's got the mana to zip away, and Abed is out of mana as well. So he does have enough just to put out that slight, but can't pursue the Storm Spirit, the bigger kill.
Double damage MVP of that fight for sure. Abed gets so much done with the rune there. Power runes have gone his way, and he has put them to use finally. Unable to convert on the Morphling kill as well because Stinger got silenced by Crit when he wanted to be the one silencing with the global chain on the Morphling. That's why it got delayed there. That might have been a Morphling death if that global comes out and the Storm TP connects. Instead, very heads up. And Ancient Seal by Crit salvages the initial part of that fight, and then this chase just goes too long, and Abed's just right-clicking people down. No mana, no cares. He'll get the job done. Still, East Coast, they have their Alchemist farming, so they're not entirely sad. And Parker did get a boots of travel.
But he's
out
about
there.
to run into 3 heroes. They have the vision to be able to see him coming. He is dead. Can't see it, but there's Mystic Flare in the mix. So you're going to have a Slight Chains and Primal Roar both setting up Mystic Flare. And Alchemist is a great target for that kind of assault.
And Saberlight has had some nice position. 2 big core pickoffs set up by just walking in with no boosts.
Zip around, instantly silence. Fading out, fly a little bit. Maybe this is too much for them to handle, though. Mago's going to go and get that Skywrath Mage kill. Let's see if he can get away from Abed, though. Zip away, long zip, TP out. Abed, ooh, gets him in the end with the Remnant and the axes.
Beastmaster's doing so much for Shopify right now. Saberlight has just dragged the slow Ember back into this game completely, and now they are clicking on all cylinders as the ball is rolling with this Helm of the Overlord. The summons control from Beastcoast is a weak point for sure.
Yeah.
The Alchemist maybe helps you later on, but right now Parker needs to keep farming. He needs more items in this game, and your other 2 cores are falling behind because you're just getting 5v4. You got to keep that in mind if you're Beastcoast extending into these fights. Your Alchemist is not joining them. There's only so far you can go. Schofield is literally just throwing his body at these summons.
It's not the most efficient play in the world, but somebody's gonna handle it.
Global will jump to the
Silence
board.
as the jump onto Arteezy, a big kill, and the silence lasts just long enough.
He was up really far, and that is exactly the combination Beastcoast are looking for. Before that Manta comes out, they find Artur with that big kill.
Man, that's a massive turnaround because it felt like Shopify was beginning to get away with the game a bit.
Yeah, the Beastmaster momentum was adding up here. That's a bad kill to give away. There's no way around it. It's just a lot of momentum thrown back Beastcoast's way. Even Parker gets involved. You're losing the farm time on Morph to get to that defensive item. And it's a very quiet game for Arteezy in general off of what was a pretty free lane. I'm still waiting for his involvement here, Cap. 0-1 and 0.
Told me Arteezy Morphling's the best Morph.
3.
He is working towards the Manta. That'll change a lot. And Shopify are going to do the early Roshan. We've seen them do this a number of times.
Yeah, this is what that Beastmaster always gives you. Objective taking. Blizzard's going to pump up. You do it down even faster as you're racing against this Alchemist, who's honestly far, but not that far.
Yeah, I mean, they don't even have much of a net worth lead.
So Parker is going to get to his items here. Boots of Travel speeds it up a little bit. He did not have the best spawns either. So it's going to be a little slow on the Alchemist timing. So he's probably going to want to pick it up in terms of joining these fights, be more proactive, help his cores with the damage, particularly while this global is still effective, because that is not guaranteed forever here, as defensive items are going to come out for Shopify shortly, particularly 1,000 gold for that Manta on the Morphling, and BKB, 1,1700 away for Abed. BKB for Saberlight also queued up here. Those 3 items going to be really strong versus the Beastcoast supports and limiting the damage output of the Beastcoast cores here.
Spirit Vessel for the Clockwork. Well, that will help against the Morphling. Yeah.
Feels like Beastcoast don't have an answer to the summons push here. They're just summons pushing their way through every objective in this game. And it's keeping the gold lead active against an Alchemist. Really a very good sign.
Stinger. It's a ward down in preparation for a potential fight.
Good ward. They can use it.
Yeah, how are you going to use that information that you're getting right now? They spot the ward now, so the opportunity to maybe get the fast kill on crit at the start of a fight, now gone. And the tier 2 is now gone.
For their objective, you're just giving up for free in exchange for a regen. Consolation prize here.
Oh, great, they're going to smoke up now, see if they can punish Shopify as they start backing away, perhaps. Oh, the vision being deported. Schofield goes for it, goes straight in for the Beast Smasher off the global silence. They're going to take out Saberlight first. They do manage to get that kill. They do manage to sort of dismantle this back line. They ignore Arteezy for now. After all, he has the Aegis. Sacred, though, being left behind. The impetus just adding up. They're going to go for the kill on Fly with Mago and Jim Park attacking, but Arteezy's going to be in the mix of this.
He got silenced.
He did.
A little annoying for him. He's got to fight through this. Anton cooldown still has not found his impact in this fight. Just getting kited out.
Yeah. He gets like the one kill out of this.
What was that?
situation, and that was not a great move.
It looked cool, but it didn't do anything. And that'll be Aegis down, and Shopify do not get what they were looking out of that fight. Not at all. You're gonna poke Jim Park here. He's out. Beastcoast might still be lingering around. Crit's gonna look for a potential solo pick, but gets silenced anyway.
All right, they got 3 different D wards in like the last minute.
There
on
was a
Shopify.
lot of vision committed for that fight from Beastcoast, and it did get D-warded by Shopify. At the same time, Saber like going down first. On top of he lost his whole army there.
Yeah, he did.
That's a lot of gold. A lot of momentum that Saberlight was building to get tossed away during that Aegis push.
Still doesn't change the net worth actually being in the favor of Shopify. Big part of this is they've just taken a lot more objectives. You may have Alchemist, but they've got their own gold stimulus program going on. That's just towers dying.
That's true. I just feel like it could be worse. I'm surprised that initiation went as well as it did. Schofield just going in there, like, okay. I mean, the damage follow-up is swift and decisive here from East Coast. They've got that going for them. Now is your BKB Alchemist fight. Generally one of his stronger power points. Shopify take another tier 2. I mean, you're talking about the net worth difference. Some of that is the Alchemist balancing it out. The other aspect of that is they have all the outer towers on Shopify side. That's a lot of net worth advantage they have over Beastcoast that Beastcoast has yet to push onto Shopify side of the map.
Beastcoast have gotten 0 towers in return.
Oh, how about that one for
That's a
a big
massive kill. 1,000 gold for that.
Just hook shot into Vortex. He's gone.
It's like the last remaining ward, or one of the last remaining wards for Beastcoast. They immediately smoke up.
This is
knowing they've got a numbers advantage.
Play Shopify want to take
They
without
got the
their
global
Ember.
silence. They spotted both Saberlight and that Skywrath Mage, and they are great targets for initiation. Now, unfortunately, the silence did go out on the Storm Spirit. He skids off the Mystic Flare, does a lot of damage, but Mago will eventually get that kill, and they'll finish up Saberlight too. So, no matter what happens, they actually maybe can stop Arteezy. Arteezy maybe get the kill on Mago instead.
And the
He
wisdom,
doesn't have a TP, so
he's dead for
gone.
sure. At least he takes out that Morphling and gets something done. That was his first assist or kill, by the way, in this game.
Really?
Yes. Very, very quiet game from him. Pushes towards BKB, another defensive item coming out here for Shopify. They're just going to mass BKBs and Mantas. Dare I say they're going to have damage issues again? I don't know. Feels like it. The problem with the Morphling in this game is he doesn't have great morph targets. Who are you stealing?
You're going up like we actually did talk about this in a couple of casts. Just the fact that like if you go the Aghanim's Morphling and you're up against strength cores, it doesn't feel that good. And here in this game, he would want to turn into the Alchemist, but stealing
It's just
status
odd.
resistance isn't great.
Status resistance and you're throwing out a concoction. It's like, whatever, right? It's not this big impact Ags Morphling game. I don't even know if RTZ here.
Storm Spirit is so based around his ultimate that doesn't feel good, so it's probably just the Mars.
Abed is sick of getting initiated on. He's going to take the matter into his own hand, start on the silencer instead. Pick off. I think some of this game might come down to how much farm Y continues to find. He's probably been their highest impact in the fight. Damage. It's been a real problem for the Mars in particular. Bulwark not helping you versus Impetus spam. Hurricane Pike already done. He's almost level 12. He's found a decent amount of net worth, especially with all the towers going down. That's going to be the X factor. Damage from Shopify. And Crit. I mean, Crit almost killed Dark Mago. They had one stun follow-up or anything. That's a very different fight. So these BKBs that are coming out, one for the Beastmaster right now, the Embers is done, and the Morphlings is very close. Triple BKB for Shopify is going to be designed to get this next Roshan and take over the map with it. Get rid of some of the global silence control, some of the storm damage. Arena initiation's not going to be as easy. You're going to have to cut through these with physical damage now. AC for Jim Park is designed to do that. will it be enough? You have some minus armor stacking with that nasty spray. Bad.
So then the damage problem becomes more apparent, right? You can't touch Shopify, but if Shopify can't actually get the kills, then Beastcoast kite you out. That's going to feel really bad. So
you need to make those BKBs count. Delaying your lockdown to get up. Another hookshot on the Beastmaster.
yeah, that's going to feel pretty good with Global South. The BKBs go out. So now you just got to kite. They're going to go for the Skywrath Mage, and they do have the detection to spawn him despite the Glimmer Cave. Get 1 for 2 out of this with the buyback, and now the BKB's now gone. It looks like Beastcoast are feeling really good about this fight. Stinger's going to die for it, of course, but all around, the cores may still trample through this one, and Bago can get out, but he couldn't zip away in time. Oh, Spear comes through, and land a great spears. That Shane's done going to be enough, though. Arteezy turning back into the bars, throws his own spear, misses his own, and the Infinite is looking him rain in from Fly.
He is doing so much work on this fight. Parker doesn't want any more of it.
Any chains? Oh, no stuns available. Beastcoast, they didn't lose 4 for that. They lost 5. That was a buyback on Sacred in that fight.
He is gone from the game, man. His item progression has disappeared. Enchantress took it all. Decent damage from Fly, but it was all Arteezy and Abed there. 5k each. Alchemist can't go through these heroes fast enough to pose the threat. You get on the back line, sure. The BKBs, enough to buy time in this engagement for the sustained add up here between the Ember and the Morphling. Just not enough burst on Parker. He slowly combed through that Beastmaster, but it took a long time.
And I guess another part is like Mago's performance in that game 1 was fantastic when he was down, but in this game 2, right, he won his lane, and unfortunately in these fights, he just hasn't managed to stay alive.
It's hard because you wanted to go aggressive items to support the damage issue Beastcoast is having. At the same time, you're playing into a ball from Shopify that has proven difficult to break, as these heroes are very tanky. You have auras up, BKB's up, you have this Enchantress you can't go on anymore. You know, who are you jumping here? So far, it's been jumping the Beastmaster, but there, you jump the BKBs, and then you're stuck in kind of a weird engagement.
Yeah.
Try and find... Ooh. Fast. Felt it was coming.
Or maybe he had a deep ward and he saw it coming. Game sense, baby. Little known fact, Abed actually plays like Daredevil. Puts on a full mask. Mago dead again.
Yeah, Mago is not doing much better here. He lives. Dead.
He's dead.
They call it Saberlight, though.
Okay. Well, all that attention, guess, results in something for Beastcoast. They ping Roshan. They know it's about that time to start playing for the pit.
Yeah, and Scotty for our tour here is going to be the biggest item in the team. This is not a Morphling Magazine, but it is a Scotty Morphling. It is one of the best items matchup in the Morphling versus the Alk. He has a Mars too that he can punish with it. It's going to be really strong. You're going to be incredibly tanky, hard to go on, and you're just going to kite this Alchemist hell and back. Back again.
Dell.
Need more items. Just need more gold on the Alchemist.
Gold is supposed to solve all issues, but Beastcoast cannot get enough of it. They could get to Abyssal Blade. I mean, that would be a game changer. You would have a little bit more of a damage upgrade, but a lot more just single target lockdown. That's the Morphling. Maybe you can surprise him with the Global Silence plus Abyssal Blade.
It's pretty hard to surprise this lineup. They have an Enchantress who can frontline. You have Beastmaster Vision and Summons that can also scout, fight. And I think Saberlight, maybe he's not happy if he gets jumped and just all into zero, but I think it's still an okay fight for Shopify. Because if you have 2 of their high damage cores, they're going to be able to make something of it.
Yeah.
And he's tanky. He's going to take a decent committal here for Beastcoast to go on.
Oh, he went Silver Edge instead on Gym Park.
He was debating between the two, ends up with the Silver Edge. Pretty strong initiation tool. Will also give him some kiting in the fight. Maybe he doesn't have to pop BKB as early. It's also a break for the Enchantress technically if he finds Fly. Maybe you take that impetus damage out for free. The Roshan has been taken out for free, however.
Yeah, they TP'd into it, but they're far too late. Mage is already going to be picked up. They committed again, vision around this area, but don't actually get a fight from it.
2 obs on either side of the pit.
Or at least they don't get a fight out of it yet. But they're sticking around. They still want to find something here.
Parker wants to go. Parker says, go, you go. He's going to find Saberlight. That's a good grab.
See if they can burst him down. They throw it out the arena, the spear, the global silence, everything they have. Now it's going to be the Skywrath Mage. But are they going to be able to get this kill quickly? Not as quick, but they do get it in the end. 2 down. Beastcoast.
Who do they want next?
Looking for more. They don't want to go for RTZ. Nice spear landing onto the Ember, but he already zips away to the remnant before Mago could catch him. Fly, he gets out as well.
Parker just getting kited out by this Enchantress slow.
Yeah,
Really hurt him.
that is annoying.
Ends up stunning himself, not even able to find that kill. That was the best case scenario for Beastcoast. Parker running in with the Silver Edge reveal on a Beastmaster and just 100 to 0ing him. If they could have gotten more off that, I think they'd feel good about it. Shopify probably okay with that being the Silver Edge reveal with a really good angle, and you get your 2 big cores out with Aegis and Cheese.
Might get some
take
small
it.
objectives out of it. Looks like they're going to try and take the Shopify Tormentor.
That's pretty nice. On the Stinger here. Not the worst shard. Start stealing some in. He has not stolen much in this game, sitting at 2.
No, he has not. But at least you take it away from, like, the Skywrath Mage shard is pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if Fly has his yet, but
He does not. Skywrath does have a shard. Armor coming in. Still, it's something to get off of that nice find by Parker. If you get the Swift Blink here, that's also going to help his burst initiation. You know, it's getting up there. It's becoming enough of a threat that he can stay in the fight, burst these cores, and maybe take that man fight. It's again, Shopify just getting caught off guard. The vision is not doing much for him here in these fights as the initiations are being found by Beastcoast.
But do you feel
Good
good
against that.
about an Alchemist lineup that is just like, oh, they're kind of getting there? You know, I feel like Alchemist has to hit a window, hit it hard, hit it fast, and end the game.
I agree, and it's not feeling great. It's not the smoothest out game I've seen. He's 10k ahead now. I think he'd prefer to be 10k ahead, 5 or 6 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Still, he can scale by pulling some Hags in the ultralight too. It's an X factor.
Yeah,
And I
guess they got a good.
The thing is, I felt this way about the Sven last game, and Beastcoast surprised me with that one.
Okay.
So
Uh,
my team of, my read of Beastcoast. Every time I think they've lost a game, they win it.
I mean, that's everybody's read of Beastcoast. That is just the way this team operates. The worse they do in the first 15 minutes, the harder they're going to bounce back.
Absolutely.
The better they do in the first 15 minutes, the harder they're going to flounder.
Dark Mago shouldn't have solo killed Abed. That was the worst move Beastcoast has made this.
I was actually game losing.
Now they have been trying to catch up ever since. From that game-losing solo kill. He just running out. 2 minutes left. And Scotty should be completed.
It is dangerous to go up into this high ground against Storm
It's annoying.
and a Mars spear back. At the same time,
Strength Blink instead of the Swift one. He just wants more burst jump, maybe some extra slow to help chase people down.
looks like Jim Park manages to bait Shopify into TPing to the top lane. I think he showed himself for half a second and then TP'd away.
They have some spacing here. Numbers advantage if they can find anybody. Fly is smoked. I don't know if he knows what's coming for him. It'll find him.
Smoke breaks on each other. Silver Edge to get the Silver Edge hit and get that fast kill. Hookshot goes in. A little bit too late for that one, though. He's been silenced. Cannot get Gox. Pushback. Goes in. Global Sound's going to be used as well, but they're not getting anything out of this one. They have to get out. Artwork actually goes back in for the Enchantress. All this for an enchant they use so much, but they do manage to get that kill. Now it's time for Shopify to be able to fight back. They're going to go for Stinger first. Fighting now. Mago silence up, but gets to zip away. He is low on mana, though. And Sacred doesn't have any help in this fight. More flank does manage to spear, too. He's going for Abed. Abed is slowed down quite a bit. Jim Park's laying into him. Not quite enough. Shopify's do manage to lose the Aegis on the Morphling, but they still have plenty more to go, and Beastcoast have run out.
That is an insane fight to commit to. I think after that initiation's botched, I'm getting the hell out. Of course, it's Beastcoast, so they don't have any cares to give, for lack of a better word here, and just punch it through, hoping they find something. That's still fighting the Aegis with like 30 seconds left.
Yeah.
Why?
RTZ like intentionally was like, okay, it's time to die now.
I guess so, and like you said, all for an Enchantress. That is how much of a problem Fly has been for them this game. Honestly, this has looked like his best hero the entire tournament. In some ways, it's been Shopify's best hero.
In some ways, it's been one of the best heroes of the last few months, right? I mean, Celery's done amazing work on Gaming Gladiators with this Enchantress. Great pickoff on Dark Mago, by the way. That'll allow a very easy high ground push for Shopify.
Yeah, they steal. Get the Vortex turned around, and they're going to find another roar on a support.
Might as well just take the silencer kill if he's going to present himself.
Man, this game has been so much about the Beastmaster and the Enchantress. Controlling the tempo, taking the objectives, opening up the space, starting the fights, tanking the initiations. Fly and Saberlight have just done everything here for Shopify. Parker in the back does get dusted. He's going to stun himself. Oh, he went in.
He did go back in.
The absolute madman.
He went for Fly again. Does manage to get that kill. RTZ's going to wait for him through and go for Schofield, while Abed is trying to once again keep away from Jim Park. He's kiting him around. He did it so well.
Still alive.
But Mago, he's going to chase after him. The sounds does
He's going to buy.
On the Stormshooter, he's going to buy immediately. Abed's going to try and help out.
No remnant.
This is actually no good. Comes back in with no remnants, and RTZ has already called it quits on this fight. Oh,
what have you done? Abed.
You broke the game. You broke that.
This game is crumbling quite literally under the pressure. It is a double buy for Beastcoast, as they're going to pause to reset this gap. I think it was client lag, to be honest. I don't think that was the internet. I think something in the game was lagging. Either way, that's a buyback for the Storm and a buyback for the Silencer, for potentially an unnecessary buyback on Abed that just cost him, right? Because he had no remnants, no BKB. What is he doing in this fight? Miscommunication there for Shopify costed them big, as Parker once again just eats himself into the fight. An absolute madman. 0.1 second left on that stun that almost hits himself. Finds the Ench, bursts down the big impetus damage, and I guess gets the job done. As guess what is coming out now, Cap? You doubted him. You doubted him. But that's an Ag Scepter. And who are you going to give it to here?
I mean, truly the Storm, right?
Dark Mago for sure. That's going to be an AoE Vortex.
AoE Vortex into a unstable concoction could be a team fight winning combination.
This is where the Alk scale becomes scary, because the Ag Scepters are good on Beastcoast this game. And the Morphling is not killing Parker in the fights as much as I thought he would. So now this Storm is going to become the real problem. It's similar to game one. That Sven got them through most of that mid and early late game to the point where the Leshrac on Dark Mago became the problem. This game could become similar. This Storm can become a big problem for them in the late game. They don't have the greatest lockdown versus Storm if he gets a Dispel item up here and gets pooled in Ags for some extra tankability.
You get another Aghanim Scepter, who do you think you give it to? Like, do you like the Mars one in this game? I'm not sure Sacred's like scaled well
that Mars
for it.
Yeah, that Mars one has been nerfed so much over time too.
Yeah, and he's going Sight the Bice next, so he doesn't necessarily.
I mean, Clock Ags is always good for the rocket flares and stuff. Helps you initiate.
It gets more damage on the Enchantress, actually. That's the nice part.
Silence
been so focused on it.
I would say Silencer Ags is okay, but there's so many BKBs on Shopify. There's 4 out, including 1 on Fly now.
Maybe you just get a Moon Shard for yourself and then get another Aghanim Scepter for the Mars after that. That sounds decent.
I mean, the stats and HP on the Mars are good. It's by no means bad here. I think the clock one could also be interesting in this game. I don't know if it's worth pulling an item off the Alk for it. We'll see. He could technically still go another item here on the Alk. On top of the Moon Shard, he could replace Boots of Travel with something. I think it's more probable you do that with Swift Blink, for example. However, it's still possible if you want to go back for an Abyssal here or Mjolnir that you get Force Boots later on. That can be a trajectory he aims for here in the ultra late game.
This is very interesting. Shopify just went and poked at the high ground while Roshan was potentially up.
Nice little strategic move, trying to get them back and then smoke straight to the pit.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
It's hard to read.
But if Beastcoast, see if they get there in time. They're so split right now. This is really
Why are they
awkward.
so split? What? This is so weird. And Rocket Flare just finds them. That's their own Rocket Flare. I don't know what I'm talking about. I mean, it's so weird because the Rocket Flare one hit them there.
Now the smoke's gonna break on each other. Shopify lying in wait. Schofield immediately backing down. He says, nope, 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 nope,
Is
nope.
this like some kind of ultimate pincer maneuver?
It's the weirdest pincer maneuver I've ever
Parker
seen.
is still behind them.
I mean, all the fights have been good off of killing Skywrath Mage and the Beastmaster first. Maybe they're thinking if they can get that vision.
Gonna find him here.
He's gonna find him. He's gonna spot him. Is he gonna be able to get off the abilities first?
That
Global
glimmer.
Style Sacred. He doesn't get it.
That glimmer was so bad.
Oh, Grit with a great reaction. The force staff gets him away too. Mago
He's alive.
jump around. Sacred is holding this one with the bulwark. The impetus will finish him off thanks to that detection. Mago's still going onto RTC though. More full out on strength though.
And they're back onto the Enchantress of all heroes.
They gotta go for Fly every time, every single time. They're gonna gun for him first,
It
and
just
maybe
costs
the
too
only
much.
kill they can get. Mago has no mana, by the way.
Yeah, he's in trouble. He has
Silent.
Gem on him too. Is Parker gonna go back in with no ult?
They
That
backed away from him.
crazy.
He's gonna be stunned. No, he goes back in.
Dodge the
on
slow.
Saberlight dodges the bid.
No
Mago
way.
almost kills Arteezy while Saberlight does die. Mago trying to Bloodstone heal himself alive, but it's not gonna work. Jim Park working without this chemical rage. Pops his BKB, TP's out. He'll be fine, but still, Beast Coast losing 4, a very staggered 4, as there's 100 seconds left on the Storm, 30 on the rest.
So much damage went into the Morphling that it just gets healed. The target prioritization was not there for
No.
Beast Coast, and a huge roar from Saberlight on the Alk when he blinked in that just bought so much time in that engagement. And Fly, it just takes so much for them to bring this Enchantress down. If they don't, he's killing them. He's the one who finishes off that Mars there.
Yeah.
A very clutch pickoff. Especially as he was glimmered and running out of the vision. And all that fight started with an insanely fast Glimmer Cape on Craig. Right, that's the only reason that goes as well as it did.
Yep.
They're gonna TP back in here from Beast Coast. They want to contest. And look, Parker has found Abed. He slowed him up.
He is very slow. It really stacks up. Abed's
Can't
not going to
move.
get very far away. Global silence. He's dead, man. This passive, it's just a killer for this Ember Spirit. Now they're going to go for Fly once
not
again,
roaching.
and they've got him. They are not roaching. They're hiding around the pits.
What are you hiding for, though? Your
I
pickoff
don't know,
is-
but Sacred, like a bloodhound, he's sniffing it out right now. He knows there's got to be some heroes around here somewhere.
There's no way.
Just outside of the vision, man.
Is Artor
Jetpack,
gonna
they're
go
gonna
in
see him.
this?
He's invis. Oh my god.
Way too early.
He's jumping into it, but way too early. They can stop
he get
him.
it?
They can stop him. Maybe he can.
Oh my
God. Just no way. He steals it away from Beast Coast. But are they going to win this fight with it? Of course they are. Now the Saberlight's back in the mix with the Primal Roar. They blow up the Alchemist. He's going to buy back now. He sees his heroes are still up. They still have a fighting chance here. If he can
Archer's
just get
coming.
here to bail him out, he can fight Arteezy with this extra life. He gets in there, gets the stun. Now Arteezy, he's got
There's a Hex waiting.
nothing to get him away immediately. No waveform, no Silver Edge.
Stolen Spear.
Immediately going to be stunned.
Force
Nice
back
one
in.
Here, but it's too much. It's too much, man.
Get back in there, Parker. You're not done. Push him back in the ring. Oh my god. You were asking what does Parker give over a carry like Hector? I'm not faulting anybody. Parker might be the most psychopathic carry player I've ever watched in my life. Like, his reinitiations in this game, his weird angles, the solo plays, being in odd parts of the map, the re-goes when he has no business going back in. And it is working, man. Beastcoast thrive off the chaos. They thrive off of the surprise. Even there, he does not care Artur takes the Aegis because he's just going to insta-buy and run you back down. Refresher Shard, by the way, given over to Sacred. That is what Parker picked up in the midst of all of that. So that is a double Hex, double Arena, double BKB for the Mars. Really nice item pickup for him off that Roshan. At least they got something. And you have to remember, this AoE Vortex is still waiting for you. How aggressive is Parker going to play with no buyback in this game?
Yeah, that is the question, because they do have buyback on RTC. They could surprise Beastcoast here. They're going to smoke up. I think they're going to go for it.
Tournament's life on edge.
He declares so much damage. He's trying to protect him.
He's alive.
He's trying to guard him.
How is he alive?
Is he getting out? That is criminal right there. Saberlight once again tries to initiate and dies almost immediately afterwards. Beastcoast are getting out with their heroes. Now, some of these heroes that get out don't get out, don't have buyback.
They got a Rax, and they got the Alk off, and they got a Morphling buy. How does he live? Where was the damage?
I think they had no detection somehow.
I mean, it was also Sacred jumping on top of him, helping him tank the Skywrath.
Yeah, he like drops the arena, jumps on top of him, bulwarks. He's doing everything he can. Captain, my captain.
Oh my. This guy's insane, dude. This guy is criminally insane. The way he plays Dota it's not rational, man. It's just beyond control. He has absolutely no fear.
And maybe that's the perfect matchup in that regard. Shopify, you know, a team that it feels like they're more of a company than, you know, a group of friends. They've looked at Dota probably a much more rational way than Parker is.
Trying to meet the unexplainable with logic here. And it's kind of working for Beastcoast. 10k gold loot. They still have that Refresher Shard, and Parker goes back to buy out for that Abyssal Blade. So he has the option available of slotting that in.
The Silver Edge. All that damage, hook shot, covers
Just
him.
walks it off. The Morphling TP is too long. Just can't get in there with the right clicks. Yeah. 2 or 3 right clicks from Morphling, and that Alk is dead, and you feel way better about that exchange. Instead, Parker gets to walk it off and wait 4 minutes for his cooldown to come back up. Will he even play with one? That's another question. I mean, he is playing this game to win it. I'll give him that much, as this looked like another game where Shopify might have just ran it over, right? Especially that Roshan. If they get Rosh there, you can end the game with that. They're going to have to settle for a Tormentor and a Shard on the Morphling of all things. A little extra stats. Can shift while stunned, which is actually pretty nice this game.
Yeah, considering that a lot of Beastcoast, their entire game plan here is...
And look at this. Alchemist buyback. Who needs it?
Gonna get the Spirit Vessel immediately put outside. Spear onto him. They're getting the stuns out. Lotus Orb in the Primal Roar goes out. Arteezy met with Abyssal Blade. Lotus Orb bounced back. Arteezy managed to wait for him over the side, but another round of the arena. They're just trying to keep Arteezy locked in a cage right now, and it is working. They're killing some of the other heroes while Arteezy is limited to doing absolutely nothing. Mago's decimating the backlines. He's going for crit right now. Fly, infinite damage. That's not the cogs you wanted. Schofield, that's only going to be able to kite out Jim Parker.
In trouble.
He can't
holds out.
Stop any of these heroes. He has no chemical range. He has no life. And now he's dead. Beastcoast, they've lost all their heroes with no buybacks.
The initiation that was a dream turns into a nightmare. If they were unable to chain it, the roar on the Mars prevented the chain hex spear coming out. And Shopify take full advantage of it. Satanic for Arteezy keeps him alive in this fight. The damage numbers are there for Beastcoast, but they can't finish a single hero off.
Yeah, how did Crit live?
The cogs backfired, man. The cogs separated a lot of that. The Alk got stuck in it. Ags for Abed, he's just going ham with the remnants.
They just dive into the base. They know they can end this. And it's going to be up to Mago to stop it.
That's a dieback on the side. No, he still has 5.
Mago has a chance to be able to hold this, but he's got siege wagons coming in. That is the most annoying part right now. He can keep up backdoor protection, but he can't kill the siege wagons.
We have to stay here.
Hold them.
Still, he got the waves off. This is not a game ender for Shopify.
No, not anymore.
They're gonna have to go back. They're gonna have to protect little catapult.
Look at him, he's just tanking it. He's like, whatever it takes. BKB right before the Primal Roar. Great timing there. The second wave is gonna get through now.
You're still gonna have a window.
He could TP back. He could TP back and zip it again.
Wait, where'd the catapults go? Pulled him again.
Yeah, he pulled him maybe even deeper, and then he's gonna zip out and kill this next wave as it comes through.
Sure, but 40 seconds, still no alk. Surely this is enough time to get through.
You could get the backdoor protection back up, catch those siege wagons again, maybe.
Oh, the creeps are in. The creeps are in. You have a chance. There's still a glyph up. 25 seconds for Parker. You're gonna have to put some vortexes to use. You have no buybacks on the Beastcoast side.
Diving in, is it a fake? Are they gonna go on him? They managed to get the vortex onto the two of them. Really good bouncing damage there. While RTZ is controlled by the spear, but they're not getting the damage out fast enough. Mago silenced up. Now going for a crit. He can't afford these silences any longer.
5 seconds.
He's hitting a throne. Glyph is going out. RTZ, he's going for it. Meanwhile, Parker is almost back up, but now Parker's back up, but there's nobody else alive.
A sacrifice for an alchemist. Can he do it?
He jumped
with it?
in. His is all last-ditch effort by Parker, but he cannot hold it. Shopify will pull it to a game 3.
And they were pushed straight to the brink there. Their elimination on the line. They clutched that game out. The Morphling comes alive in the late game just when you thought Parker was going to bamboozle his way to a 2-0.